Bactobio is a company that is discovering novel antibiotics and fungicides that are bringing a greener and safer world.
Bactobio focused on finding valuable metabolites from previously uncultured microorganisms. And so that means bacteria in soil that humankind has never explored before.
People associate biodiversity with animals and plants, but there's actually more biodiversity in microbes than in any other form of life.
So around 80% of all antibiotics derive from bacteria that we've taken from soil samples and brought them into the lab and identified the chemicals they use to kill one another, whereas the remaining uncultured resource is significantly unexplored. And so that's around 99% of all bacteria.
And that biodiversity tends to translate into chemistry that can be then applied to a variety of different markets across healthcare and agri-tech.
So Bactobio are one of the only companies in the world using natural products derived from bacteria to combat the antimicrobial resistance crisis. So AMR itself is responsible for around 1.2 million deaths every year and is predicted to be responsible for around 10 million deaths by 2050.
The impact of Innovate UK funding has been tremendous for Bactobio, and that's really where Innovate steps in and de-risks the project slightly for the entrepreneurs and allow us to make that impact that we were hoping to have from the beginning.
Innovate UK funding has had a tremendous impact on the company. We've been relatively successful with Innovate UK grants across a number of different fields, and that's allowed us to not only establish innovative technologies, but also match a lot of that funding.
I think the impact of the Innovate UK funding has been really significant for us. First of all, it allowed us to do projects that we might otherwise not have been able to do. And I think it's also been a really important signifier of the kind of credibility that we bring to potential investors.
For us, we look at antimicrobials, and antimicrobials is something that can help humanity. And I think from a lot of our investors, they would really like to see that governments are also helping solving this problem. And so if we can go to them and say, look, Innovate is also backing us, then they're much more willing to put in resources to help us solve these problems. And so both in terms of project planning, but also in terms of advertisement, I think Innovate has been truly helpful for us.
It's not just the funding that's really helped us from Innovate. It's also the support network that is there to help us. So for example, the monitoring officers that we have on individual grants have been instrumental in introducing us to similar companies or providing further advice even after the grant's gone ahead in order to help expand our network and other funding opportunities available.
The impact of Bactobio can really be measured in lives, and so the antimicrobial resistance crisis kills somewhere between 1 and 6 million people every year. We truly believe that we can address this crisis and effectively eliminate it over the next 5 to 10 years, and so the backing of Innovate could make a difference in kind of the millions of lives saved.